Hello, can you hear me? Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Hello, welcome to Atomic Movie Reviews Film Society. I am your host, Atomicon Rex. Here we discuss films that have a narrative background in aliens, ghosts, robots, and creatures. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. So today's movie is The Witch, Part 1, Subversion. This is a South Korean film. It came out in 2018 and I found it on Amazon Prime. So let me just give you a little bit of context into this movie so you know how I came about it. So I was doing research on the YouTube and I came across this film where this lady sort of jumps off this barn, where she kind of glides down off this barn, and like there's these hitmen that got this family tied up and everything, and she goes to work on them, okay? And so, she rips them apart and kind of beats them up. So I'm watching this, and I'm like, this is curious. This is a good scene. What is this movie? Well, it said The Witch Part 2. And so I'm thinking about where I saw the first Witch, right? The movie, the box cover to it. And so I'm thinking about it, and I go through, Netflix and Amazon. Those are the only two things I have, and I come across it on Amazon. Now, the poster art on the first one, The Witch Subversion, looks like a J-horror movie, okay? And it kept popping up on my radar, but I don't really mess with J-horror. I really don't mess with J-horror, so I kept skipping it. And looking at the cover of the movie, looks straight out of J-horror. It looks like a little girl, a little witch that was found in like a forest, and some family brings them in, and like she unleashes hell on them. That's what the box looks like. Well, after I saw the part 2 of the Witch, at least that clip, I was like, it's more of a superhero movie. Okay, so let me put it on. Let me see what it's really about. So what were some of the narrative and plot predictions before I turned on this movie? Like I said, I thought it was gonna be a witch that they found in the forest, and that some family like brings her in thinking that she's abandoned, like she's an abandoned child, and then all kinds of paranormal activity would start happening around the town, in the house, and to the people that they love. That's what I thought the movie was going to be about. That's what my plot prediction was about. That was not the case. Okay, so it's a solid superpower movie. That's the trope. It's a superpower trope. Okay, and it's basically a superpower TV trope is basically any person who is granted special abilities, either through science or magic. That's basically what the superpower TV trope is. And that's basically what this movie's about. So the genre is fantasy. What is the cinematography? It's live action with a lot of CGI sprinkled throughout the movie. The CGI doesn't really take you out of it, but there is a lot of it. So just be prepared when you're seeing that. What is the original work? Now, I don't know what the original work is, being that it is a South Korean movie. So I'm not sure if it was based on a book, a comic book, TV show, toy line, etc. But I was introduced to it watching part 2. So part 1 was good enough to get a part 2. I can tell you that much. So I don't think there is original work. I think it's an original movie. Set design. There were practical effects / CGI. So this is my main problem with the CGI. You have the Superman effect, and it's sprinkled throughout this movie with everybody who has superpowers. Okay, so what the Superman effect is basically you have, with the Man of Steel at least, you'll have Superman, you'll see a blur, then you'll see a sudden stop as he's punching somebody, then you'll see like this little air bubble, where he's hitting the person and the person fly away. And it's like that all the time. Okay, so there's two ways to show super speed. You could make the blur and then a sudden stop, okay, like Man is Still, or you could make it super slow, which gives the impression that he's going really fast, like in the first Spider-Man movies where he's going so fast he could see the fluttering of the fly. That's how fast he's going. So it was just really heavy with that, in the sense that everybody had the same superpower set. Everybody was moving really fast and blurring, and then there was a solid stop, and you know what I'm talking about. So that's basically the CGI effect through the entire movie. Okay, so moving on from that part. TV tropes. What plot conventions did I notice in the film? The main plot convention I noticed was a lost psychic girl from a lab. Like I said, it gave me X-Men vibes. So you'll have teenagers in this movie that have superpowers that are learning how to deal with these superpowers. That's basically the vibe I got from the movie. Okay, so the characters: hero, villain, damsel in distress, psychic, weapons, mode of transportation, and locality. All right, so we'll talk about the hero first. So the hero is, forgive me if I butcher her name, Jang Yoon. She's the main star. She's the one who suffers from amnesia, but possesses secret telekinetic powers that she doesn't realize that she has. The villain is Dr. Beck. She's your Dr. Evil. She's basically one-dimensional. She's the one that created the superpower people and is on a mission to gather them all back together to, I don't know, form some army or something like that. Something along those lines. So the damsel in distress, I'm going to have to go with that. I'm going to have to say Jang Yoon is also the damsel in distress in this one, because when she's the target of the doctor and her goons, and then they actually break into her house, hold her family hostage, and then like kidnap her, okay, and take her to a lab. So she's actually kidnapped and taken to a lab and basically experimented on. Well, they're about to experiment on her. So she's not only the hero but the damsel in distress. And I want to put a hyphen on the word hero, because I don't really see her as a hero in this film. She's the protagonist, but to say that she's a hero is kind of blurring the line. Okay, her best friend is her psychic, though. She's actually the one who's more entertaining of the two. And during the movie, I thought they were going to follow her friend. I thought her friend was the star, because she was so much more entertaining and so much more live, and the other girl was just more reserved. And that's just the characters that they played. But her friend was definitely the psychic. I think she helped her out throughout the movie too. I can't really think of the situation where she did, but she's definitely the psychic in the movie. The weapons. What kind of weapons did they use during the film? They were basically all guns, mostly machine guns. And then the psychic kids all had the same superpowers. So they all could move super fast. They all had super strength, and they all had telekinetic abilities. And that was pretty much it. So it was just machine guns and psychic powers. Mode of transportation. They all basically had your same villain trope. Everyone's driving a black, either Range Rover or black BMW. All the villains are on the same cars. So that's basic. The locality, it was all based in South Korea. There's a couple set pieces on a train, in that house, and in the lab. Those are like the main set pieces that stick out in my mind, where the most action took place. But apart from that, it was pretty solid. Okay. Number 8, acting. Did the actors seem believable? Yeah. I think it was cast well. Everyone played their part. Nothing really took me out. Everybody kind of fit. I think everyone was cast well, considered. Everybody was cast pretty well. Number 9, what is the cultural impact of the movie? Did it break any new ground? Nope. You've seen this movie before, and you'll probably see 1,000 more like this. There's not really anything new or unique about this movie. It's a good popcorn movie. That's really about it. So, rating system. What would I rate this movie? I would place it as a casual viewing. Is it a must see? No, it's not a must see. Would I skip it? No. I think you should definitely put this on your watch list. If you're just bored there, you just want to watch some cool sci-fi action movie from our South Korean neighbors, this is definitely a solid pick. Okay, so let's just end it up. Summary and recommendations. So we're talking about The Witch Subversion. It's a South Korean film. It's definitely science fiction. It came out in 2018. You could probably find it on Amazon. It's not J-horror. So I know the artwork's going to look that way, but it's really not. It's science fiction. And it's a casual viewing. I wouldn't go out and buy this movie on Blu-ray. Okay, but I wouldn't skip this one either. You probably should see this one. It's a superpower trope. That's basically individuals granted special abilities, either through science or magic. That's what this one is about. And I got a lot of X-Men vibes. So you have two competing camps. You have of teenagers with superpowers. And that's where I get that whole X-Men vibe from. So, okay, well, that's all I got for this review. Tomicon Rex does recommend a casual viewing of this bad boy. So, hope you enjoy your day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.